So I kid you guys not, as I was hitting record for this video, I got a text from my local Glock dealer. 3 G19Xs in stock in the tan color, 9999 excluding VAT. And I literally said to myself, yawn. Because companies get complacent and they sell you the same product because people keep buying them. And yes, that product works phenomenally well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Glock. I love Glocks. I own a bunch of them. I used to carry one for the longest time. But that has all changed, you know. It's not often a new company comes along and completely shatters the mold, you know, kicks the mold in the face. That is precisely what Canik have done. Now, in today's video, I want to show you guys my 2 new Canik pistols. I'm super excited. In today's video, it's going to be, well, if you couldn't tell, I'm super excited. In today's video, I want to show you a brief overview. It is absolutely storming outside. So we won't be going to the range, but I'm going to show you guys what you get in the box because I think this is like ridiculous value for money. That's why I was saying, you know, boring at that price point. That should be $5,000. Okay, now, first things first, this is going to be my new EDC. This is a Canik. First of all, we get these really cool sort of carry boxes with a bunch of tools. Now, the specific model, Canik TP9 Elite Combat Black Executive. Now, okay, so first things, that's what you're greeted with. It comes with a holster. Okay, so that saves you, $1.5 here in South Africa in rands. You get a mag holder as you would get with some of the other models. Okay, we get some tools and Allen keys and little extra bolts and thingies in there, which is great. Now, the actual firearm itself. Now, the firearm is safe. I did inspect them beforehand, but to show you guys that, this is what we're working with. Now, I went black. These are available in other colors too. And the reason I went black is because once you go black, this is what we're working with. Now, I went black because when I EDC, I don't want like something super bling sticking out of my pants. If for whatever reason, you know, you're bending up, if you're carrying at like a 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock position, I don't carry there. I put my gun in my pants in the front. So I went black. But it's just, you know, a little bit more subtle and people might not see it out a gun, you know. Okay, so without further ado, okay, empty, and they all come with like a little chamber flag type situation. So let me lock that slide back. Okay, that's fallen out. And slide lock controls are as normal. To disassemble, let's double check that is empty. To disassemble, it's pull back, drop the hammer. These comes off to the front and off to the race as you go. So very much same ergonomically setup as you are familiar with. Now, what's really cool is these things come with a boatload of extras. For example, we already have a flared magwell on this. This would be a complete extra if you can even buy them in South Africa. So why do you need a flare magwell? Well, if you need to do these quick mag changes, it just gives you a nice little guide. The other thing you might notice on this, you already have, this is a +3 extension. Now, on your other magazine, you do get, I feel like a gangster. Your other magazine is just flat, so if you want sort of a lower profile, you can undo one little hex wrench over there, and then you can pop that off and have it a little bit more smaller. Now, let's address the obvious thing, is the barrel. This is a Salient Arms International aftermarket barrel that is already threaded. Okay, so let's lock the slide back here that we don't break the firearm safety rules. We know this is tight now. That is very tight. Well, now if we go back to our box, in the sort of top section of our box over here is a whole bunch more goodies. So let's pop that. The instruction manual will definitely read. Kidding. Over here we have cleaning stuff. You know, a nice cleaning brush there to put your little lappies and your things through. Some extra grip options if you want to just ergonomically tune it yourself. And then we have a little wrench here. Now, if we wrenched this guy, it's going to be a left-hand thread. This is 1/2 by 28, I believe. There we go. Did I loosen it? Yeah, I did loosen it enough. And then I will be able to put a silencer on my 9mm. Like the game Hitman or any other game where we put silencers on our 9mm, because I don't know why we would really want to do that, because obviously as a carry gun I'm threading that the wrong way. As a carry gun, obviously not practical at all, but cool as hell, and I actually quite like aesthetically what it looks like, you know, having the little sort of tip of the muzzle sticking out there. Okay, so again, this is the TP9 Elite Combat in the black executive, and I do love how the gold barrel looks on there. This is chambered in 9mm. I don't think I have covered that. On the back here, you will also see that this firearm is optics ready. So in the Glock lineup, for example, I had to specifically buy a Glock 17 MOS, the modular optic system, in order to get this plate width so that I could mount a Vortex red dot. A lot of us shoot competitions and you want to shoot in, you know, sort of the carry optics division. This gun is ready for it, and it also fits in the box for the IPC guys, or is it the IDPA guys that you need the little box for, so that is worth noting. And you do get a whole bunch of different plates if you're going to go, you know, whatever optic you do decide to run. I believe Canik also makes their own line of optics that is available. Okay, pop that guy back. So as you can see, incredible value for money. I will put the RAND price on here. Now, if you guys are looking for these in South Africa, they are available at your closest Wildman dealer. So I want to thank Wildman also for helping us make this video. And I want to thank the guys from Canik, because, you know, they reached out to me and they were like, Pete, come to Huntex, which is our version of SHOT Show, open to the public, which is awesome. So if you haven't been to Huntex in South Africa and you're into the outdoor space, highly recommend, you know, planning a trip to go to the 2023 Huntex. It really is pretty cool. Anyway, they said to me, Pete, come out, you know, check the firearms. If you're happy with them, we'd love to work with you. So I went there. I was thoroughly impressed. You know, the lineup, the booth looked like a SHOT Show booth. It wasn't like, you know, a mom and pop type operation. It was very professional. There was crazy buzz around this booth, and you can absolutely see why. So the value for money is something that you guys know I'm massive on. You know, the fact that you get a holster, you might want to have your own holster made anyway, but at least you're off to the races. You can immediately carry your gun. You don't have to wait for your holster guy to make you a holster, a custom one. You can have your rifle, I'm so used to talking about rifles on this channel. You can have your pistol with you and not sort of go through that no carry phase, because as you know, the first rule of a gunfight is to have one with you. Now, that brings us to the SFx Rival. Now, this is probably the Canik that you would have seen on the internet so far. This thing, the video is not going to do it justice. I will, with both of these, overlay some footage for you guys to show you what they look like. But I highly recommend phoning your local Wildman, checking if they've got these in stock, and swinging by there. I think these are like 17 grand, so a little bit more premium, but this is aimed sort of, you know, the thing's going to do the talking for itself. Okay. What's really cool is that you can pocket carry this. This is the SFx Rival. It is chambered in 22. I can't even keep a straight face anymore. This is just a little tool, so it's got a little sort of Allen key thing on the front there. We can pop that down. We've got our manuals, which again, we will definitely be reading. More tools, more cleaning brushes, a few more grip options on this guy. And then we have a holster. This is obviously, as you can see, a different type of holster. This is more sort of competition style of holster. We're gonna, obviously it is safe. It's got the little empty chamber indicator. Let's pull that off and park that. And they do fit very nice. And there's a definitive click. So you can use that. Obviously you don't want to be carrying that sort of, you know, on the outside. I'm not big on the open carry thing. I don't think it's wise to advertise that we have guns with us. Something I didn't mention on the Elite Combat, it does have a fiber optic front sight, and it is pretty, you know, it is pretty easy to pick up that front sight pretty quickly. So SFx Rival, this is the gray model. There's also a black model. I wanted to get the gray one because I love how it looks with the gold accents on, you know. The mag release is large, so you can get to that mag. The mag falls very freely. It presents nicely, and something that, let's get this empty chamber indicator out of here. Something that is worth noting, and every single person that got hands-on with this at Huntex has said these triggers are ridiculous. So the triggers are amazing. The reset's pretty cool. So let's squeeze one off. Oh, it's honestly, it's the Glock triggers are terrible. We know that. There's a safety built in. Same story here. Let's cock it. I said cock. I'm going to pull on the side of the trigger shoe, and now nothing is going to happen. So we need to press that in, and then she will fall. So, haven't done any shooting with this. This is, as I said, initial impressions. Obviously, also optic ready as with the TP9. This one has crazy serrations everywhere. So if you're sort of into the, press check, sweeping, all those kind of things, not that there's anything wrong with that, but if you're into that kind of thing, this looks phenomenal. It's also chambered in 9mm. I love the fact that, there's a little bit of grip even on the TP9. There's some grip there. So if you're, torquing down that firearm as you're presenting it, with the Glock, you would need to take a Dremel, make a special sort of accelerator cut there, stipple it out to get these same features. So I like that. The controls are all ambidextrous. Again, value for money, as we said. Let's pop that down. You get an extra mag here. And then we get a whole bunch of other stuff. We have some more optic plates in here. We have different base plates. And then, as with the TP9, let's do that. We do have a nice flared mag well to make that mag well even bigger. That's going to sit flush. Obviously, you can get the +3s and everything for these if you want to add more bang. These fit into the box for our competition shooters, and they are legal, and they're pretty freaking stunning to look at. Again, that trigger feels pretty damn good. Anyway, guys, that's the overview of the two Caniks. I'll be EDCing the TP9. I'm super excited to get hands-on with this. What I want to do is sort of go to the range, take my brother with me, and film a really cool handgun style video. I also want to ask one of my friends who's one of the best IPSC shooters in the country to come with, run a few mags of these, and give us some of his feedback. So Rainier, I've just recruited you, China Bean. We haven't even spoken about that. Anyway, guys, I look forward to bringing you some more sort of diverse content on the channel. We obviously do predominantly long-range stuff, Look how cool this is. I have a 3D printer, and I mock that up. Yes, baby! So I'm predominantly a long-range competition shooter, and I shoot the MDT chassis you guys see behind me. So perhaps you're a pistol shooter that watched this video, and you're like, what are those? Those are rifles in MDT chassis systems, who happen to be the sponsor of today's video. So if you've got an old rifle, or you want to enter the competition scene, or you want to, kit out your hunting setup, head on over to mdttac.com. They've got a massive selection of chassis that they have tailor-made to suit your needs. So I want to thank them for making today's video possible. Now, guys, today I've shown you two of the Canik models. In the coming months, I'm hoping to get hands-on with some other demo pistols for us, do some sort of exhibition style shooting at the shooting range. I'm really looking forward, from a creative point of view, to make a different style of content for you too. Don't worry, this isn't going to turn into a pistol channel. We'll still do all the long range stuff we normally do, but just to diversify the content a little bit. I think for me as a creative, I'm really looking forward to learning a new way of filming those sort of things, so I'm excited about that opportunity. As I said, these guys are available from Wildman in South Africa, because that's where I'm located. So swing down to your local Wildman, perhaps give them a phone call, ask them what they have in stock, and go check them out. You're not going to regret it. They are baller. So at this point in time, we could probably queue up all the Glock fanboy comments below this video. So just play nice with one another. Remember, we're all doing the same thing we love, which is shooting. And that's what's important. We're a small community. Let's not get divided on the Toyota versus Ford thing, because we all know that Toyotas are better, even though I'm probably going to own both of those brands in the next coming months. On that note, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.